So we're saying goodbye to our Wagoneer, and we have truly enjoyed this vehicle. Have nothing to really say bad about it besides, little quirks and things that I would do differently. But the air suspension and things on that, I'm going to really miss, or at least I think I will, especially for towing. And if you've never towed with these vehicles, they tow extremely well. I'm not a huge fan of the Hemi, just because things like the new Hurricane and the EcoBoost are much stouter, even though they're inline six and V6. But I really do not enjoy the middle pillar as far as the look on the Wagoneer. This is just a regular Wagoneer, but I also do not like how the body doesn't come down, like part of your steps is part of the body. I do not like that. However, it would be good in a lot of scenarios. That would be an easy part to replace, like if you had a lot of rock chips and things. Whereas this, if you get a lot of rock chips, it's part of the whole body. But I just like the look of how this looks better than the Wagoneer. But I'm sure you guys can tell me what you think. The Wagoneer has served us well, and it has been a nice vehicle. One of the things I will say is I wish, like, this has the button here to set the height of where that opens and shuts. I wish it had a button on the inside or tip of the tailgate too, so you didn't have to lean under there and do that to shut it. But the Lincoln does not have air ride, so it will not raise and lower itself. And I think that's one of the things that I'll miss on this vehicle. However, I absolutely love having the keypad on the door. So we'll give some more on this as we go, but we're trading it to this, and we're going to see how we like the Lincoln. Just so you can see how this car fit in here. That seat's all the way back, and it's a few centimeters below that with the seat not all the way back, but close to all the way back. So we'll see how it fits in the other one. We've had this car for about 45,000 miles, as you can see here. There's a ton of things we like about it, and a ton of things that we are not head over heels about. But as far as this car overall being a good car, I would highly recommend this car. But one of the most annoying things, as you can hear, is that seatbelt reminder, and it will not go off. Like a lot of vehicles, after 1 minute, it'll go off. This one will not, and it just has the most annoying chime. As far as the dash and things of that nature, I absolutely love the air ride suspension. I love the heads-up display. When you put the heads-up display on and do like Apple CarPlay or things of that nature, it goes in the dash as well as on your hood. One of the things that I thought was really weird is like this dash here is littler, but if you get the Grand, it fits this whole section there. Instead of being 10 inch, it's 12 inch. When we bought ours, we ended up getting the side view little screen over, as you can see. I don't know if I'd recommend that or not. We've only used that a handful of times. What's your thoughts on it?
It's pointless. You can't do much. You have to have them connected. And then you have to have Bluetooth on it. So it's just a lot you have to do to enjoy it.
Yeah, about the only benefit I've seen to it is if you're trying to set up casting to the rear TVs, but it's almost faster to just do it from the dash here. And one of the things too is these little haptic feed, like the center here to touch the four-wheel drive low and things of that nature. They're always, you wouldn't believe how many times you rub your hands across through there and you touch that, and then of course it doesn't kick in at a certain speed, but if you're driving slow and you hit this, like all you have to do is just barely graze it, and that thing, because it's not a real button, it's just a haptic like touchscreen on there. But overall, this one has the Hemi in it. We get pretty decent fuel mileage, and this thing tows extremely well. This is probably one of your best towing SUVs that you can get because it has full air suspension. And in this vehicle, I've towed a ton of things, and I'll post some pictures, but it's super stable and it's never unlevel. That's one of the things that I really like about this setup, because you've got 5 height selections and you can literally just hit them on the fly and drop it down. When you get to a certain speed, like 60 to above, it'll automatically go into an aerodynamic mode and it will give you a lower center of gravity. Also, hooking up hitches and things like that, it's been really handy because I'll drop it all the way down, back up below my hitch, and then let it catch, and I will lift it up into the hitch spot, which makes it super easy to hook up to trailers and things. I'm a huge fan of the air ride. I think it has so many benefits. Now, we've had this since the end of 2021. It's 2025 now, and we've had zero issue with air suspension. We've had a few minor issues, but most of them were software updates and things that they were able to just fix on the fly. Now, there's a whole lot of over-the-air updates and a lot of things with this vehicle. The factory tires didn't last over 38,000 miles. And I don't know if that's because I tow a lot with it or what, but they didn't last very long at all. We put a brand new set of tires on it, and so we're not going to keep it that much longer. But as far as the battery, it lasted until about the beginning of 2025, and then the battery had a cell go bad or something, and they kind of said, if you're getting that long out of a battery anymore, that's kind of what they go for, and that's kind of what I've seen too. But as far as the rear seat entertainment, we bought the version that's made into the back of the headrest. And if you guys have car seats, those are going to make you not be able to move your seat back as far as you need to move it in the front. So if you're a tall person, and you have to ride in the passenger or the driver's seat, when you have those media systems on there like that, you can see how close and that seat there is all the way back. So one of the things, and for those to work, you have to have internet in the car. So I think a tablet system is better, as in get a vehicle without the rear seat entertainment and just get you a tablet and a holder and put it in there for your vehicle. But as far as the inside goes of this vehicle, it's been excellent. The seats, to me, are harder than what I like. And you kind of have the same thought?
Yes.
In the regular Wagoneer, obviously, there's no massaging function. But the actual seats they're not as hard as like a GMC Denali, but they're very bolstered on the sides and they cup you really well. But for long trips, it just seems like they're not that comfortable, and they're stiffer than what I would like. As far as anything in here, I really like the cup holders. I like how it has the cell phone where you can put it in there in this. The insides, we haven't had any trouble out of.
I don't like where the charging thing is. That was always...
You don't like where the charging pad is because it's hard to get your phone down into it?
It's hard to get your phone down into it. Like, you have to turn it sideways and then go in.
Right.
Small, but...
Another thing that I found super annoying, this vehicle was about $80,000, and there's no function to make your mirrors fold in automatically. To me, once you get above a $50,000 vehicle, it should have automated mirrors. It just seems like... Now, they put it on the Grand Wagoneer, but to do these, you literally have to roll down your window, grab it, and pull it in. And when you're pulling in and out of a car wash, or you're pulling in and out of your garage, that's a super annoying thing. And I think they missed the mark on that. Now, like I said, this is a 2022 version, but Another thing that I've found quirky is some things on the outside. But as far as in here, is there anything that you found that's quirky or that you wish they would have changed as far as function? Or I know like
for ladies, there's no place to put your purse. You have to throw it in the back.
Yeah, everything's like super tight up here. There's nowhere, like on the new Expedition, you've got a place that you can put your purse down below here because most of that space is just wasted. So like she's always holding her purse or trying to throw it in the back where, you know, the kids trample on it and everything else.
I don't know if you're doing it for the outside, but the alarm system is
right. Another one thing, and I don't know if you guys have a Wagoneer or you know anybody with a Wagoneer, ask them this, but the alarm system on this is very quirky. And we've talked to 2 other owners and they have the same problem. But even if, like, let's say you leave your keys in here, it doesn't do it all the time, but if you leave your keys in here and then you get out of the vehicle and you come back and you leave the vehicle unlocked and then you open the door, sometimes the alarm will go off. I don't know what it is. And then even sometimes you'll have the key fob in here
in hand and trying to like start it because it tells you to start the car and it'll go off. It won't do it. It's locked up.
Right. It's the craziest thing. It's got a very weird, I don't know, we haven't figured it out, but it is sensitive. And I don't think that it's properly programmed, but they've said that it's normal and there's 0 issues with it. So I don't know other than that. But like I said, as far as faults, we've had several faults over time, but it's been software updates and glitches that they've been able to fix with software updates.
We had a lot of little things with the headliner. You remember that?
Yeah, this piece here broke probably 5 or 6 times. Like the gear in it would just break.
I stopped using it.
And we've stopped using it just because, you know, they're not going to keep fixing it once it gets out of warranty. And then it would just hang there because it won't self-lock.
And they had to redo this a couple of times. Remember, it would like come
right.
out
This
a little bit.
the little tabs broke in here. But as far as the sunroof or anything in the back, we haven't had anything. And this vehicle is very, very spacious. Like the back seat, you can be tall. My dad's 6'3", he's got back there no problem. My son, he sits back there. We've got 3 kids and a baby, or 2 kids and a baby. And they all fit in here very well. And you can see this car seat here. There's plenty of room for a kid that is not in a car seat. But with the car seat having the rear seat entertainment, I wouldn't recommend it. You can see how close that is there. And I've got this tilted as far as it'll go back. It moves. But
our big struggle is since there's 3 of them, our oldest son getting to the back with the car seat.
But that would be any of them that was set up like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, as far as inside, that's kind of where we're at with it. We've enjoyed this vehicle, and it has served us very well. What are you talking about? You little dirt ball. Hey, you be quiet. One of the things I like back here is the seats move forward and backward. And they've got, it goes all the way up to where you could be like 90-degree vertical. And then they go back to where you can actually get comfortable and lean back. You can see how much of a difference it is there. And his seat, he's 6 years old. He's really tall for his age, but his seat is, he has plenty of room. I'm 5'11", and I've got really good headroom. I'm not hitting my head on anything. I do like this extra third sunroof back here too.
He busted his forehead.
They can't see that, but you can see how the car seats fit from back here too. And she's got so much room. She uses her toes to work that. The sound system in here is really good as well. That's one of the things that I noticed is it has a really, really good Macintosh sound system in it. And sounds really good.
Hey, I've got more room than her. I've got this whole entire space when you're not back here.
That is true. Booger eater.
Hey!
When we started looking at these Ford Expeditions, there's several models that you can get. but there's only a few models that you can get the high performance motor in, and that's something I really wanted. And like in this stealth package, you can get the, as you can see here, the high output motor. So we did not want black interior. We wanted anything but black interior. I just feel like black interior in a vehicle is something that you can get in a, you know, a cheap vehicle. And I just think black is an outdated color. Now, a lot of people like that. That's personal opinion. But I didn't want the stealth package on the vehicle. I just am not a fan of all black, which the wheels on this, I don't know if they're black or what, but they're kind of like a metallic color. I do like that you get the red brake pads. It looks good on this package, but we weren't looking for anything on this package. We were looking for King Ranch and above, and they don't have a King Ranch up here. But the problem that I seen with the King Ranch was, one, you got the reflective LED headlights, but then you couldn't get the high output package on it. And by the time that you put all the stuff on the King Ranch, you were close to 90 grand. And then when you jump up to the Platinum to get the, you know, the high output motor, you was in the, you know, close to 90 grand on it. So we went ahead and jumped up to Lincoln, and at least in our opinion, when we started looking at the Lincoln, now the only package that we wanted on the Lincoln was the heavy trailer package. And the reason we wanted that was because you get a bigger radiator and a lot of other things for towing that you don't get normally. Now, what I found weird was, like on this stealth package, if you guys are looking at it, it comes with the heavy duty trailer tow package and the 24-inch wheels and things like that. And you can get this package here, which is a Platinum edition, you know, Expedition, and it's $85,000. This one has you can see the package here. This one has 22s on it, actually. But I just wanted a brown or like a cattle tan interior, and you couldn't get it. And so by the time you got up in the 90s on something like this and got the ultimate package to get the nicer headlights and the high output motor, then you didn't have the full screen that goes across like you do in the Navigators, amongst a bunch of other things that are in it that you can't get in these. So we moved up to a Lincoln, and I'll show you what difference between them is and why we ended up doing that in the video. You guys are looking for Raptor vehicles. They got like 15 at this dealership at Bill Collins. Look at all these Raptors. This one is absolutely one of the best looking color schemes I've seen. I think that's a Glacier, but boy, it's beautiful. '93. Got some old Mustangs over here. I don't know if that's one of them GT, whatever they're called, or what. That's what it looks like, though. Yeah, GTDs. Boy, that's wild looking. Wyatt likes this Raptor. I like the screens and stuff in here. You want to get in there, Wyatt? Here, get in there. Stand up here. You excited? Whoa! There you go. You driving? Yeah. Gotta hold on. You shifting gears? I like that screen that's in there. It looks like the screen that is in the Mach series, the little SUV. I really like how on these trimmers they put that one spoke that has a different color to it that matches like what they used to make the color of the trimmer sign. And I'm sure it's not for everybody, but you can see how it has that color theme going around it. Usually the stitching on the inside's the same. Yeah, stitching on the inside's the same. There's plenty of slick cars there. You got everything ready?